My brand organizes locations within the URL structure rather than using subdomains. Okay. And my target region is the entire country. Should I create separate branded assets like social profiles and Web2s for each city? Only if it has a Google Business Profile. Like, in other words, guys, understand that there's an overall brand knowledge graph for business. And if it's a local business with multiple locations, then there are location specific knowledge graphs as well that are part of the overall brand knowledge graph. But then they're specific to that particular location. And so what I recommend is if you have where you're trying to target a large area, you only build branded and supporting assets for the locations that have a Google Business Profile also. Otherwise, all the other stuff would just be included in the overall brand knowledge graph, which is you optimize for that using organization schema. You understand? Organization schema is specifically for optimizing for the overall brand. And then location specific schema is local business schema. You understand it? You can connect local business schema to parent organization. So again, I only recommend having brand separate social media profiles, Web2s, etc. for when you have multiple locations, and then you would have a separate set of brand specific assets, or excuse me, location specific assets for each one of the branded locations. If that's clear. All right. Will strengthen. Additionally, if I opt for the latter, will strengthen my brand's visibility for location. Yeah, and again, that's what I just answered that. So yes, brand or location specific branded assets are more valuable for specific locations. But I don't build brand specific, or excuse me, location specific assets unless there is a GBP. That's clear. Because otherwise it's going to be overall brand assets that would be referenced in the same as of the organization schema. Same as attributes for local business schema should be referencing location specific assets. You understand? So there's location neutral assets, which can be like a Twitter profile for a branded Twitter profile for X profile, whatever, right? That's location neutral. That's fine. You can have a company brand page that isn't a local business page on Facebook, for example. That would be an overall brand page, but then you can have location specific Facebook pages that are optimized as a local business page. Does that make sense? So you can have all of those. And in organization schema, you would reference the location neutral profiles. And in local business schema, you reference the location specific profiles. Unlike the assets you make where you add a location to your brand name, my brand name does not have a location in it, and I do not use a subdomain for my location as locations are siloed in the URL. So my branded entity assets in the ID page will use just the brand name without the city modifier. In this case, should I add the schema in which the ID page is referenced to the home page? I'm not sure I understand that. And if I do, in this case, should I add the schema in which the ID page is referenced to the home page? Well, the ID page remember guys, an ID page for a local business schema is supposed to corroborate or validate local business information, right? So ID pages, as they are applied to local business schema, should only have accurate information or reference information about that specific branded location. Okay. And so you don't want to point the ID page, let's see. So the ID page is referenced to the home page. No, by the way, I mean, it depends on what is your location landing page for that specific location, because the local business schema should be inserted only on the location landing page, not globally, not site-wide. So if the home page is the location landing page, then fine. Local business schema gets inserted into the home page, and it references the home page as the URL for that local business, as the primary URL for that local business. And in the ID page will be an ID page that was optimized for that specific branded location. Okay. If you're using a location landing page as an inner page, as opposed to the home page, which is what I just demonstrated here, look at the website URL for this, right? Or excuse me, if we go back to here, the website URL for Louisville Felling Pro is, there it is. It's the Louisville page, not the home page. Okay. That's where the local business schema is inserted. If we go look at that, that's the page URL. Look at the page URL that I analyzed here was the Louisville page. right? And so it's referencing local business schema there. If I run this test to look at the home page, you'll see that is organization schema. That is brand schema, right? Organization schema. So the home page is optimized for the brand, which it always should be. And then the location landing page, which can also be the home page, can have local business schema too, right? I don't know if that answers the question, but I'm not sure I understood the question. So I don't know if I clarified that or not, but I got to move on.